All right, this is like number 30 of the two-day conference of our pop-up Imagine AI Live podcast here at the Imagine AI Live conference. Thank you so much for being here. Would you please tell us your name and what you're working on?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. My name is Jonathan Gilmore. I'm the CEO at Ai8, and we are a commercial AI lab that's solving what we call human-machine teaming. We believe within 2 to 3 years, you're going to have organizations that look like constellations of humans and machines cleverly augmented and orchestrated together. And what we are building is an operating system to navigate that. So enter a prompt, get an end-to-end work package, span that out between different models, agents, GPTs, alongside your existing human workforce, and using skills profiles, intelligently delegating tasks from human to machine and machine to human to get things done in lightning speed.
Okay, so let's take a use case example. So I've got a media organization, a media agency, I'm the CEO, I've got a co-founder, and then we have 10 different freelancers that do various things in the organization. There's a lot of AI tools and operations that are going to be able to help along the way. So what does that look like when I log into your app?
Yeah, so we take a systems perspective. So instead of seeing those 10 freelancers as individual nodes with separate GPT-4 licenses or Canva AI or Adobe Photoshop licenses, we believe by having machines and agents in the loop, you can see how people are working and pass work together better. So what that looks like is a simple single source of view of that work product and how it bounces through the company. So we see it as layers of an organization. So you've got the executives, you've got product, you've got marketing, and actually the CEO needs to write a brief, that then needs to bounce down to marketing, they need to chat about to product about it. And with machines in the loop, you can actually be able to visualize that. Whereas currently, incentive mechanisms within a company, you pay salaries, you set bonuses, and you hope the work gets done. Mm-hmm. Whereas we think it will shift to more of an elastic graph network where you can spin up a team, watch work ripple through, and then spin them down again for another purpose.
Yeah, so you mentioned salary and compensation bonuses. So is that still going to be, like open source, like that information, or is that still like you don't know how much people are making within the org?
Yeah, I think I saw someone say that cost per task is going to become the new
cost per task.
Yeah, base unit of the economy, where you're looking at actually functioning how much work are people doing. Currently, people who can present the work that they're doing very well tend to get paid more, whereas we think you'll move more towards skills profiles. How much has your skills profile grown this year? What tasks have you executed? How efficient have you been? How well have you worked within teams? And that will enable you to intelligently actually award people the money that they deserve for acting in a very leveraged fashion and acting efficiently.
Well, that totally makes sense for the organization that I run because it is very task oriented. It's like, did you edit a video? Did you get the thumbnail done? Did you post it on social media? And so is that like what you're going to be offering then? Like breaking things down by task and like delegating that to people, or?
Yeah, so we see it, you've got the task level, which is a collection of individual things that you need to do. There's dependencies within that, so you can only do the final task, which actually takes a month or 4 months after an array of all these smaller components. And the technology that we're building is from a simple prompt. You can get a project scope. From a project scope, you can get a list of tasks. From a list of tasks, you can get the task dependencies. And once you've got that mapped out graph network, is you can actually intelligently assign Lucian accounts is fantastic there. I need Mark on graphics to do this piece, and actually Claude by Anthropic would be perfect for this task, or a custom GPT that we've created, or indeed, as we expect to see at some point this year, agents will be better for that task.
Wow. And so where in the product development are you, and do you have paying customers?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we have our product is now working. We've got a running demo tied into the University College London, which is the university that bore out DeepMind, which is now obviously running Google's AI initiative. My co-founder, Dr. Moore, set up the Applied AI course there. And so we've got 140 students at 140 companies at places like Chanel and Hiscox Insurance, Universal Music, doing real work, deploying agents on their dissertations. And we think they're amongst the first students in the world to be using technology in this way. We see education into work as a value chain. So how people learn something should be how they apply it. And similarly, in the world of work, you're going to get just-in-time learning. You can't just sit static on your current skills profile. It's how you work is also how you should be learning. And so we're taking that value chain approach. We're starting with UCL, but by the end of this summer, we hope to have kind of 10 to 20 businesses using our operating system to scale their companies, specifically those who've just raised funds. Okay, you want to get going. Do you want to source people, vet them, bring them on board? There's a delay, they're not quite a right fit for the team. Or do you want to use our OS and overnight have 10 people acting like 40 people?
Wow, it sounds like a really cool co-founder to have, very specialist.
Yeah, I'm very lucky with the co-founders I have.
What did you do before this?
I've had a weird and wonderful path through early life. I dropped out of uni to build an arts production company, grow my hair out and pierce my ear, much to my kind of parents' fear. I then ended up building a skills and training company. I was sick of university at the time. I was running events, employing my friends, running marketing, building financial models, scaling it across the country.
Doing a lot of things. Huh?
And then I had friends who'd finished a degree where you just write essays and they're getting high-paying jobs, and it really frustrated me the mapping of skills to how that ends up in the workplace. And so eventually built a skills and training company called Polygo, which is about becoming the sum of the work you've done. So start with projects, then internships, then placements, and eventually get a full-time role. And once you've been and gone, you were a polygon with multiple sides to your personality. GPT-4 kicked in March 2023, and it was very clear this is where the game's going. And so off the back of that company, the next step was obviously how can we help people work well with machines, and instead of looking at the node, the individual student, the individual learner, the individual employee, is how do you make the system work?
I worry about the onboarding to your product. Like my current organization, 10 freelancers, like how easy is it going to be to get people in and get their nodes on the screen?
Yeah, it's a great question. We are agnostic about the platforms that we work with. We think in the age of AI, SaaS goes. I think Chamath has announced that his 90-10 fund will do 90% of the features at 10% of the cost. So we'll plug into your Trello, we'll plug into your Jira, we'll plug into your G Suite, and we will observe how these people are working and help them work quicker, better, faster.
Mm-hmm. Have you announced a pricing plan yet, or is that something you...
We've not. So there's a number of ways you can charge this.
Yeah, because
and it's trying to find the best use case. We think maybe an ambitious way to do this would actually not to be sell it as SaaS, where people maybe don't appreciate the full value that's been created, and we certainly don't capture it, and actually use it to spin up new businesses. We think there's going to be some very well leveraged Davids beating incumbent Goliaths, 10-man insurance company beating the 10,000 employee insurance company. And if we can figure out how to write business plans well and organize people in these elastic graph networks around tasks and projects, then we may as well run the company and collect the value from that.
Yeah.
So the key thing that we're focused on is training this delegation zone engine, inferring at what point to switch from human to machine and machine to human, getting the use case in, getting the training data, and we'll see about pricing after that.
Nice. Well, you just spoke at Imagine AI Live. How has your experience been here?
It's been really, really good. So the quality of the people here, the attendees, the speakers, but it's the connections. It's all the best things happen when you grab a coffee with someone, you ask them, I love that bit of your talk, have you thought about this? And I see it as a collection of different lenses, of different colors, where you're kind of combining them to see new shades of meaning and vibrancy. And I guess you can tell by the bags underneath my eyes, it's been a couple of late nights having really good chats with people here. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
Well, great. It's almost at the tail end here. Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience?
I guess Ai8's are fundraising at the moment, so we're interested in people involved in the future of work. If what we've said sounds interesting or ambitious or confusing or scary and you want to ask us more questions, please do get in touch at jonathan@ai8.io. That's JONATHAN at ai8.io, and my handles are all JB Gilmore.
Great. Where are you in the funding? Have you raised before? Are you pre-seed, seed?
Yeah, so we've had a few angel checks, and actually we were in a rush to get our product ready, to get our new website launched for Imagine AI Live. And I guess from next week we will be launching our full £5 million seed round. Oh, exciting. Well, I'll try to get this interview out and your speech out around that time. So please do send me a push email to remind me. I'm curious, this is just a final thought, like all this content that you're my 30th guest here today, and like I want to see a future of an organization where I can just drop this file into my work delegation of all these freelancers that I have, and
like somebody jump at the task of cutting it down, preparing it for YouTube, like finding a clip, like the best part of it, a minute clip, getting captions on it and everything. That's a problem that I want to solve.
So breaking down a complex work product into manageable tasks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we do.
Okay, well, we'll have to talk later about that.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much.
You're my shield. You're my shield.